guys, it's me, Chloe. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, please hit the subscribe button below. Please like, comment, share, all that stuff. This is my second time trying this. Apparently I talked too long in the last one and it cut off on me. So I'm just going to get right to it. I know, John, you were asking why I posted a video in a while. And it's, number one, I've been lazy. Number two, I had a funeral to attend last week of a friend of the family who was a friend of my mom's who was struggling with cancer. She was diagnosed, the friend was diagnosed last November, and she passed away a week or two ago, and her funeral was last Wednesday. So I've had that to deal with. Sea-Dog had a coworker that was tested positive for COVID, so they had to shut down the store. All the employees had to be tested for COVID. Thankfully, nobody else had COVID. Sea-Dog got tested on Saturday. He's fine. He, even though we lived together, we stayed away from each other. When we were in the same room or he was close to me, I would wear my mask. He had visited Clary and Silver Miss the day before. Well, Silver Miss wasn't home, but Silver Miss lives with Clary. And he had worked with a coworker on Monday, and the coworker was diagnosed on Wednesday, the day of the funeral, and was tested positive. So they had to shut down the store and test all the employees. So Sea-Dog got tested on Saturday. He came back negative. All the other employees came back negative. So they've reopened the store. So things are back to normal. I figure since he tested negative, I'm not going to get tested because I don't have any symptoms or anything. So the other thing is I have been doing DoorDash a lot. And yesterday I had a really funny incident happen to me. Nothing serious happened. I'm fine. But the incident was, it was my last order of the day. And then, well, it wasn't going to be my last order of the day, but Sea-Dog had gotten off early. We needed groceries. So I suggested that we just go grocery shopping after this particular order. So I go to the person's house, or who I thought was the person. The GPS sent me to this person's house, and ring the doorbell, and the guy comes to the door, and I'm like, you know, hey, here's your DoorDash. And he goes, we've never used DoorDash. So I showed him the address, and he's like, well, that is my address, but it wasn't me, and I don't even recognize that name. So I get back in my car, pull onto the street, so the guy doesn't think I'm like being a creeper in his driveway. And I text the person that ordered the food. So this is how the text went. I said, hello, I went to the address provided and it's the wrong location. Can you please give me the correct address? So the person writes back. It was an unusual name, so I don't know if it was male or female. And to protect the person, I'm not going to give you their name. The person says, yes, it's this specific motel and the room number. And I said, do you have the street address by chance? So they give me the street address and the name of the motel again. So I Google map it, and it looks like it's out in the boondocks somewhere, and I didn't recognize any of the names of the streets or the towns. So I said, sorry for the confusion. What city is that in, please? Get this. This is going to make you laugh. St. Petersburg, Florida. I live in the Twin Cities of Minnesota. Yeah. I'm sure your faces are like mine was that day, so I'm like, wait a minute. What? How did this person order? The order ended up at a restaurant here in the Twin Cities of Minnesota, and yet this person is in Florida. I don't know how that has happened. I've worked for them for almost a year. I've DoorDashed for almost a year now, and this is the first time this has ever happened to me. I don't know how often this happens to DoorDashers, but this was unusual. So I write back, and I said, I'm in Minnesota. I can only imagine the look on their face when they read that. So they're like, oh my God, what do I do? Can you please let me know I made a mistake? Can you let them know I made a mistake? So then I'm still laughing in my car going, what? Lines got crossed somewhere. So I said, I think you need to cancel the order through the app. Just to clarify, you ordered from this restaurant, yes? And they're like, yes. Oh my God, this is crazy. So I'm thinking to myself, yeah. So after they wrote yes, I started typing out my response. I said, okay, well, this order came to this city in Minnesota. So then that ended the conversation there. And so then I contacted DoorDash to let them know what was going on. And they're like, well, let me look into this. Well, let me call the customer. And while they said that, I got a message from DoorDash saying that the customer had canceled the order, but that I was going to be compensated for the full amount that I was guaranteed because of this crazy thing that happened. I'm like, this is nuts. This is absolutely crazy. So there's a first time for everything, right? So basically, I took the food back to the restaurant, explained to them what happened. They said they wouldn't take the food back. They didn't need to know, what the food was or anything to write it down to say it was a loss on their part. And so I ended up giving the food to Sea Dog because he had a split shift yesterday. So that was just nuts. But the other day, I celebrated my birthday. Thank you to any of you that follow me on Facebook and wished me a happy birthday. And so all I basically did was sit in bed and watch videos of cops pulling people over for DUIs, like traffic stops and stuff, or speeding or whatever. I find it funny, the ones where they have the cops pull over somebody that they don't know who's in the car until they get up to the car for drunk driving, and then they have to arrest like their lieutenant or their sergeant. You would think the cops would know better than to drink and drive. But, I mean, I know they're human. I know they have a stressful job. And, I understand that they drink and stuff like that. But don't drink and drive. Come on. You're the law, for crying out loud. You should know better. But we're all human. So basically, that's what I've been up to. Funerals, COVID, scares, door dashing. And then just kind of relaxing and stuff. I will be making a video today after this one for the next presidential highlights, which is Calvin Coolidge. So I'll be wearing the same shirt, but I still have to write out his key events and stuff like that. So I thought I had done that, but apparently I didn't. So I will be doing that, and that will be uploaded today as well because it's kind of a crappy day outside, so I'm not door dashing today. But it's been like in the 60s here, which has been really nice for the beginning of March in the Twin Cities. That's really unusual. But they're saying that we might be getting snow again next Tuesday. Today it's just raining and a little bit chilly outside. And then the temperatures are going to start going back down into the 40s. So I'll be door dashing still, but just not on cloudy days or when it snows or whatever. I'm sure the snow isn't going to stick, but you never know. The ground is warming up because, like I said, for about a week it's been in the 60s, upper 50s or lower 60s, which is really nice. So, I mean, for those of you that live in the South, you're like, oh, that's still cold, but we've dealt with 30s and 20s and stuff like that. That's cold. So this is actually nice to us. I guess it depends on what time of the year you're at, because 60s in the fall is cold because we've been dealing with 90s and 80s and 70s in the summer. So then it gets cold. But at this time of year, 60s is actually warm. So if you think about it. So I'm not going to talk for very long because I don't want this to shut off again. But just wanted to catch you up on what has been going on with me and why I haven't been doing any videos lately. So, John, thank you for bringing that to my attention and getting me up off my bed and getting me to do this video. So, hopefully you can watch this video and, thank you to you. And so, watch for the next presidential highlights video, probably later this afternoon. And because, like I said, I still have to write out all the key events, and I'm not sure how many there were because it's been a while. So the closer we get to more modern times, the longer the videos are going to be, the more parts to each video is going to be, especially Franklin Roosevelt, which is coming up in like 3 more presidents. I'm not looking forward to that one. But that one will also have an old newspaper, like I promised. I do have a newspaper from when the Pearl Harbor bombing happened, and so I'll be showing that on that video. And then as we get closer, I think the next one will be with the newspaper. I think the next major event was the assassination of JFK, and I've got like 10 or more newspapers from that, so I'll probably just find the most I mean, I'm not going to show all of them to you is what I'm trying to say. So maybe one or two, but I have those newspapers as well. And then, of course, you know, with 9/11, I kept all those. And then from certain school shootings, and I think I have the one from when the Challenger blew up in 86. And was it 86? Yeah, 86. And I'll tell you my story behind that in that video if I have time to do that. And, you know, like, where were you when? And then, of course, 9/11, I've got a lot of videos, or a lot of papers on that one, too. So, and the killing of bin Laden, I think I have that one. But the closer we get, I do tend to keep newspapers of key events that happen in my lifetime. So, anyway, I'm going to let you guys go now so I can go do the presidential video and before my camera shuts off again. So, you guys have a sunny day. Stay safe, stay healthy. Please pray for us during this Chauvin trial. It has already started. Right now, they're in the process of picking the jury. They've already picked 3 jurors, apparently. If you want to keep an eye on the trial, please go to either KSTP.com, KMSP.com, WCCO.com, or KARE11, KARE11.com. And watch our local channels. Don't watch the national news because you know they're not going to get everything right. So check out those channels to keep an eye on the trial if you so choose, if you're interested in that. So KSTP, KMSP, KARE, the number 11, or WCCO. So with that, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting me all this time, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Have a sunny day.